Will Smith punches Chris Rock at the 94th Oscar Awards. It's a slap heard around the world, and none of us saw it coming. Heck, not even Will, I bet. So far, the conversation has centered around Smith's sensitivity to just a joke, or Rock's deserving of the smackdown for his blatant disrespect of Jada Pinkett Smith's alopecia. However, if you had happened to catch Will's new self titled autobiography, you'd know that it's so much deeper than the clickbait provoking reactions being tossed around the world this Monday. The demons that haunt us, the coward inside. We all know that Will Smith can take a joke because much of his career has been one. From 7 Pounds to Wild Wild West to Collateral Beauty, our boy from Philly has had his share of losses among his many wins. We also know this because anyone who has reached the heights of success and fame that he has achieved has had to endure more than most of us could fathom. The internal conflict that Chris Rock sparked on Sunday evening, however, had nothing to do with the joke. And in fact, it had little to do with Jada Pinkett Smith. This harmless joke thrashed at the most innocent parts of a younger Will Smith who, until the release of his autobiography, battled with a severe imposter syndrome complex, painfully rooted in his endless submissions to cowardice, his inability to protect his abused mother, his inability to protect himself from extortion, his inability to protect his children from the expectations of the world, and more. Chivalry died. Extramarital activities. In section 2 of Smith's book, he describes his 25-year marriage to wife Jada, beginning with the first time they met. He graphically describes his desire to be the brave lover, father, and friend who would provide an exuberant life and sweep his queen off her feet with lavish gestures. The outside world ate it up and viewed the Smiths as the perfect family. Will admits, though, that his ego allowed him to supplant a reality before his eyes that did not truly exist, while wife Jada suffered in silence. In 2020, however, the facade came tumbling down as musical artist August Alsina professed his love for Jada and disclosed details of their extramarital relationship to the Breakfast Club's radio personality Angela Lee. There's a video clip of that interview in the article. Check it. The price of perfection. As the Smith children ventured into Hollywood, Willow's abrupt departure from the spotlight, Jaden Smith's disastrous After Earth performance, along with an already failing marriage, forced Will to question if any of the, quote, perfection that he had created around him meant anything at all. Spoiler alert, it didn't. And thus began his journey of self-discovery, facing fears and living his truth in reality. On his journey, he began to root out his fears and obliterate them with great determined intention. From the closing end of Will Smith's 432-page autobiography, I see the 2022 Oscar clash with comedian Chris Rock as just another challenge made and challenge accepted. Point being, I write this article for one reason, actually, and it's actually not to talk about Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett Smith, or the Oscars. But I do think that it gives us a great example of how we should consider our reality around us today and how we evaluate what's going on in the world. Every day, thanks to the blessing of the internet, we have access to the world in a way that our ancestors never imagined. We have the power to learn more of what we think we know and challenge ourselves to find out just how little we know. However, most often, we're on a mission to confirm our own beliefs. When I look at how pop culture pokes fun at this skirmish between two ridiculously wealthy men without thought of empathy, it reminds me of how we do the same on a local level. We form opinions that self-soothe, we unleash our anger on the slow-driving idiot, We judge what others should have done and give no thought to the layers upon which what we see is built. After reading Will Smith's book and witnessing what happened at the Oscars, I felt empathy. No, not acceptance, not dismissal, definitely not pride, but rather a true empathy. Such an empathy is the first step towards solving some of our world's biggest problems today. And I hope that from listening to this article and reading it, you'll be able to take a little bit of that away with you. P.S. Start with Will Smith's book, Will. It's such a delight to live the story with him, especially if you've watched him as you grew up. And especially if you listen to his audiobook narrated by the man himself. His attention to detail and determination to teach will likely act as a tool belt for you as you face some of your life's highest highs and lowest lows. This has been Dansoise. I thank you so much for listening to my article. Go ahead and click around the website because there are many other articles, and all of those articles have audio readings along with them so that you can listen as you do whatever you're doing around the house or in the office. You can come back because I'm updating weekly, and I hope you'll go on a journey with me. Thank you again so much for listening, and go out there and love on someone. Have a great day.